Sir Topham Hatt laughed. Why, all of you, of course, he said. This train is much too heavy for any of you to pull alone. You'll have to work together. So Percy, Thomas, and James both all pulled the train all the way up to Olstead Castle. Along the way, they puffed up the hill, and when they went down the hill, the troublesome trucks were causing their mischief. But together they slowed down the train and continued up to Olstead Castle. When they reached Olstead Castle, the engine saw wooden rails and new sleepers, and Thomas saw another surprise. His old friend Jack the front loader was at Olstead too.
Jack, what are you doing here? Hello, Thomas. I'm helping the Earl with his new building project. He's restoring Ulfstead Castle. Dazzling fireboxes. So that's what he's building. Wow. I better get back to my job. There's still a lot of work to do.
The heavy goods train was split up. James and Percy took the building materials, while Thomas took the other materials. It was to one side. Then the Earl noticed one of the crates was actually supposed to be at the steamworks. Now this was the part where he, he finally met the engines. You did? Well, actually, Thomas, Percy, and James met their children, Tam, Persa, John, and Jewel. Oh, when they followed them to the steamworks, where they met also Victor and Kevin.
I love a good surprise. Don't you? Take her up, boys!
My friends, the steam engine kids, and
Surprise!
Thomas, Percy, and James were surprised to meet such strange engines. Hello, said Thomas. I've never seen engines like you before, and I've never seen engines or creatures like you. You have hands and feet like people and animals. Well, we were actually born this way, said Tam, but you look very surprised. You do. We've never met engines before, said Persa. Stephen also was surprised to meet them as well. You mean an engine with woodworm and rust holes? Haha, no one has seen me in a long time. I haven't turned my wheels in years. I'm not surprised, said Thomas. You know, I think there's something wrong with your boiler, said Percy. And your funnel, said James. But to mention your paintwork. The Earl was also so surprised, but he liked Stephen and the kids just the way they are, even when he touched Jewel.
There's a bit of work to do, but
There,
it's beautiful, isn't he? Well, he will be soon. Don't worry, my friend. We'll have him fixed up in no time. Well, goodbye for now. Goodbye. See you soon. See you later. Goodbye, Stephen. Sir, I was wondering, well, all of the engines are wondering, what is your plan? Why are you rebuilding the castle and laying new tracks? And what's inside all your crates? All in good time, Thomas. You'll find out soon enough. It's all part of my big surprise. What about Stephen, sir?
and the
Is he
kids.
part of the big surprise, too? I have a special job for Stephen. A very special job. But it's best not to say anything to him just yet, Thomas. There's a lot of work to do before he can start. Okay, sir. I won't say anything.
That night at the Earl of State, Tam, Persa, John, and Jane told all of the other steam engine kids about the engines. Wow, They all must be amazing. They were. One was blue and one was green and one was red. They actually like the same color that we do. Wow. Can we meet them? Certainly. We can do it tomorrow, if it's okay with the Earl, of course. And at Tim's sheds, Thomas, Percy, and James told the other engines all about the Stevenson kids and Stephen. What did he look like again? Said Gordon.
He had wood round his boiler and a crooked funnel. And he looked like he'd been left in a scrapyard for a long time, too. He's an old design, older than any engine I've ever seen. I'd like to see him for myself. So would I.
The next morning, Emily took Henry to the steamworks to get his safety valve fixed. When she got there were nobody inside. "Hello, is anyone here?" she said. Then a voice said, "Hello, up here." Emily looked up and saw Stephen. "Hello, I'm Emily, and this is Henry." "I'm Stephen. Pleased to meet you," said Stephen. "What are you doing up there?" said Henry. "They're turning me into an airplane." "Really?" "No," said another voice. It was Emmy and the other steam engine kids. "Look, guys, more engines. Is this the Steamworks?" And hello, Stephen. "Hello, you. This is the Steamworks. They won't hurt you. Come on, guys." Then the other steam engine kids came, and then more engines came. We were all surprised to meet each other. Wow, lots of engines. Tim, Persa, and John and Jane were right. You guys are amazing. "I've never met a brown engine before," said Toby, looking at Toby. "I'm a steam tram." "Ooh, said Emma. Me, thank you." "How did you? You guys are like fast learners," said Head Jaw. When he, Tam, Persa, and Jane walked in, and Percy and Thomas pulled in. "Did you really all come to see me?" He, he, and the kids, said Stephen. "Yes, Stephen," said Percy. "We've never seen engines like you before." "Are you really orphans?" "Yes, we are." "And Stephen, are you really old?" said Toby. "Stephen is one of the first steamies ever built." "Victor's right." Stephen told the other engines all about the old days when he used to be the rocket. He was lightning fast. Pew! And he had won races too. He used to work at the mines and then later at the docks. He could pull 4 cars of wagons at times. But everything changed since then. "You new engines are so fast and so strong," said Stephen. "That's why I don't work anymore." Percy asked Stephen, has he ever seen knights in shiny armor? Stephen a little bit laughed. "No, I may be old, but I'm not that old. And before you ask, I never saw dinosaurs either. Or cavemen either," said John. All the other engines started to chuckle and giggle and laugh.
Oh, don't feel bad. What's your name? I'm Percy. Don't feel bad, Percy. Asking questions is always a good way to learn new things.
Wow, all of you must have looked really happy. Did you adopt our parents? Well, no, that's not yet. After a while, they had to wait before that would come. But as for Stephen, Victor worked very hard. and soon Stephen was as good as new. His funnel was straightened, his boiler had been brushed, and he was given a fresh coat of paint. "Now you look really useful again," said Thomas. Then Sir Topham had arrived, and your mother and father and their cousins ran off. They didn't really want Sir Topham Hatt to see them. "Come on, let's go." "I was wondering where you all were," said Sir Topham Hatt. "I have a railway to run, and you all have work to do." "Yes, sir. Sorry, sir," said the engines. Then Sir Topham Hatt stopped Thomas, Percy, and James for a moment. "The Earl of Sodor has asked me if you could help him with a special job. I don't know what he's up to, but he's an old friend. I want to help him in any way I can." "Thank you, sir. We'll do our best," said Thomas. But then Stephen looked a little sad. "You're lucky, Thomas. Being really useful is very important." And then an idea flew into Thomas's funnel. "Maybe I should tell Stephen that the Earl has a job for him." John, Tam, and Percy heard that, and they were surprised and worried. "I don't think that's such a good idea, Thomas," said James. "The Earl said not to tell him yet," said Percy, "but he looks so sad. I have to tell him just to cheer him up." James, Percy, and the kids wondered if Thomas was doing the right thing. Stephen was very excited when Thomas told him about the Earl's job for him. "You'll see, Stephen. The Earl of Sodor is full of surprises," said Thomas. Thomas, Percy, James, and Tam, John, and Persa uh, climbed up the slope to the Earl of State. They saw that everything was looking much better now. "Wow, the castle looks amazing." "What about mother and father and their cousins? What did the other kids do?" said Ellison. "Well, the other kids, they were out exploring Sodor. They actually have never been on the island of Sodor before, so they decided to go around Sodor, or looking at all different kinds of places and engines." "Wow, look, there are children flying kites," said Harry. "And look, there's a famous artist painting," said Edna. "Oh, and look, I bet there are people who do music," said Emmy. All the steamer kids were really enjoying themselves, looking around the island of Sodor. At the steamworks, Henry's safety valve had been fixed. He was ready to go back to his job. Stephen was wondering about his job too.